My brothers and my sisters, what I'm about to say, I'm not trying to insult or abuse anybody or put anyone's status in disrepute, but I am trying to correct an impression here. For me, and my opinion, and my very strong opinion is that for you to call the youths zombidient or obidiots, it reflects your character. It reflects who you really are. It shows and it proves 100% that you are not empathetic. It proves that you are not objective in your thinking. It proves that you lack sympathy for the present day frustrations that the youths are facing. And this lack of empathy is what we have been suffering from our leaders from time immemorial to date. Lack of empathy. The inability to put yourself in one's shoes, to understand how they feel or what the present condition they are going through, the reactions that is expected of them. Do you realize that Peter Obi is being supported by the masses? And when we refer to the masses, we are referring to every class of the masses. The rich, the poor, the educated, the non-educated, those who are praying to be educated, those who are educated, those who are even praying to have food on their table, not to even talk of affording to pay their fees. Do you know the level of frustration that the Nigerian youth is going through? Even those who are graduates don't have jobs. You struggle to go to school and get your degrees, and at the end of the day, you keep your degree in a shelf. Because why? You have no job. And then you go into the streets to start doing POS. You imagine someone with a master's degree is doing POS. Imagine someone who finished a BSc is going to do conductor or do Uber taxi. Was it their dream? No. It was the frustration of the government. And as if, even while we are praying that things will get better, things are even getting worse off. And then you can come out and say that they are zombidients or they are obidiots. It shows your level of insensitivity. It shows your lack of sympathy. It shows your lack of empathy, because if you have empathy, you will realize that these people are only crying their pains and their frustration. So whenever you see them sounding that way, it is left for you to reason and begin to think of the root of the matter, because there is no smoke without fire. These youths tried to channel their frustration through the NSAS, and guess what? They were killed. They were brutally murdered. And then they went into their shells, thinking how long will they live a life of frustration, a life of hopelessness. But in the end, Peter Obi came from nowhere and brought hope and brought light. And all of a sudden, it's as if the youths have someone they can cry to. It's as if the youths are recognizing that once again, democracy can be achieved in their fatherland. And then they took Obi by the hand, and then his campaign went on autopilot. Why call them zombidients? Why call them obidiots? Knowing the situations that they are going through. Knowing that every class of the masses are supporting Peter Obi at this point in time. And everybody with their level of intelligence. It is now left for you to understand the root of their challenges and then know how to respond to them. But like many of Nigerians that I know, when we just attain little education, everybody becomes a fool to them. And then because you are educated, your pride comes into your head, and then you say all manners of things, lacking the real things that you are supposed to have. If you are really educated, then you should know that this is time to apply empathy in understanding the situation behind this row all of a sudden that the youths are rowing all around the state. But as usual, we have been suffering lack of empathy from our leadership from time immemorial. So it is no surprise to see elders, people who we are looking up to, people who we are seeing as role models, to come out and say that the youths are zombies, obidiots. No kind of names you have not given these people. People that are praying to get a better education. Why some are even praying to go to the four walls of the school. Meanwhile, some are even praying to have food to eat for just the day to roll by. These are just few of the frustrations I have mentioned. And yet, these youths were able to still put these frustrations in a jacket, even after being brutally murdered in the NSAS. And then all of a sudden, a beacon of hope showed up. Now, when you hear Peter Obi, what comes into the mind of a youth is light. And now they want to follow this light and ensure that this light is installed in the government. You should understand, if you are truly educated, that it is time to have some empathy. We don't even need sympathy, just simple empathy. Put yourself in these people's shoes and understand what they are going through. Please, like I said from the beginning of this video, it is not meant to put anyone's status in disrepute. It is not meant to insult anybody, but it's just meant to put some little bit of common sense in our head. Next time you see these youths roaring or saying anything, first thing you should do is remind yourself that it's the frustration that they are going through that has made them this aggressive. Calling them names and trying to put them back into their shells is not the best thing to do. Instead, if you know you have the power within your reach, find a way to make life better and comfortable for us, and guide us to make the right decisions, if at all you have any to offer. Because all I have been seeing so far has been fakes upon fakes upon fakes. Hypocrisy everywhere. Everybody talking from the two sides of their mouth. This is why the youths are frustrated. If only we can have role models. Do you know how much we lack role models as youths in Nigeria? Do you know how much we lack role models? That enough alone is enough to frustrate the youths. There's no one to look up to. There's no one to even follow by example. It is just recently now that Peter Obi is beginning to teach almost every youth some good lessons about life. Now we are beginning to see the reasons why one can be content. Now we are beginning to see the benefits of being honest. Now we are beginning to see the rewards of transparency, kindness, humility. Now all of a sudden it seems as if the youths are having a role model. This is what is even energizing and motivating them to install this man. If Peter Obi goes into that presidential seat, it's not only going to bring economic revolution, it's going to bring an ideological revolution also, a mental revolution for the youths. Because for the first time, the youths are seeing a role model that they can follow. What role models do we have before now? Get rich quick, share the money, go into politics, cash the national cake, share it within your kaba and kalas, let the all masses go to hell, let the masses go to hell and burn to ashes. And then the youths, they remodel after you, and they go into the street also, steal, kill, destroy, make money, fast money. After all, if the government doesn't have any law, then we shouldn't have any law also. So please, when you see an average Nigerian youth aggressively supporting Peter Obi, please be empathetic. Recognize the root of their problem. Remind yourself of the root of their problem, and then it will guide you in handling them. A simple word of wisdom from you can change many things. A simple word of wisdom from you can quench every fire that is burning within them. Because the truth is that there is a strong fire burning within them, and they need someone whose lips have that graciousness to pacify them and let them understand that you are in support of them. Then if you are not in support, please kindly leave them, because they are only expressing their frustration. At least they have not destroyed their property, neither have they touched you, neither have they done anything wrong to you. Let's be guided with our tongues. Let's be guided with our words, because words go very far. Words have a way of showing your level of understanding. Words have a way of showing your depth of knowledge. So sometimes when you say words carelessly, you don't know that you are indirectly reflecting your level of knowledge and understanding. So don't be too quick to bring out wrong words, because it has a way of sending a wrong message to those who listen. Remember, we are looking up to most of you as our role models. So the question is, what example are you setting for us?